Hello students, welcome to Breedmark Academy. Myself LS Nanda. Now in our previous year question series of JEE Main and JEE Advanced, this is the today's question. It's an interesting problem on the topic of circles. It says, let C1 be the circle of radius 1 with center at the origin. Let C2 be the circle of radius R with center at the point A 4, 1, where R is greater than 1 but less than 3. Two distinct common tangents PQ and ST of C1 and C2 are drawn. The tangent PQ touches C1 at P and C2 at Q. The tangent ST touches C1 at S and C2 at T. Midpoints of the line segments PQ and ST are joined to form a line which meets the x-axis at a point B. If AB is equal to square root of 5, then the value of R square is. Now students, this question appears to be a lengthy question, but in reality, the solution of this question is short if you just get to know about the concept on which this question is based. Now, I have already made the figure of this question, but to plot the figure of this question properly, you must get an idea of the total number of common tangents between these two circles. And for that purpose, first of all, we will find the distance d between their centers. And it comes as square root of 16 plus 1, which is square root of 17. Now students, I can easily say that square root of 17 will be more than r plus 1. Why? Because r is given to us lying between 1 to 3. So obviously r plus 1 will lie between 2 to 4. And we know that square root of 17 is more than 4. So I can write square root of 17 greater than r plus 1. Now students, the condition d greater than r1 plus r2 becomes applicable in this case. And what does this condition say? It says if there are two circles with the radius r1 and r2, and if the distance between their centers is d, and d is greater than r1 plus r2, then the number of common tangents between these two circles is 4. Right? So that means in this particular problem, the number of common tangents between the circles C1 and C2 is going to be 4. There will be two direct common tangents and two transverse common tangents. Now in this question, it is not mentioned whether PQ and ST are direct common tangents or transverse common tangents. So just for the sake of convenience, I have taken PQ and ST to be both direct common tangents. You can take one of them to be direct and another to be transverse common tangent. It does not matter here. The main point of this question is that the line joining the midpoints of these two common tangents, that is Mn, is intersecting the x-axis at the point B. And the coordinates of the point B are not known to us. So I am considering the coordinates of the point B as h, 0. Now to find the value of h, I have been given AB equal to square root 5. So now just use distance formula between the points A and B. So we can write h minus 4 whole square plus 1 square equal to 5. So from here we get h minus 4 whole square equal to 4. Or I can write h minus 4 equal to plus minus 2. So from here we get either h equal to 6 or 2. Now students, the value h equal to 6 will be rejected. Why? Because the point B lies between the two circles. So h cannot be 6. So the value h equal to 2 is accepted. Now we move further. Now students, we know that M is the midpoint of PQ and N is the midpoint of ST. So from here I can say that from the point M, tangents MP and MQ of same lengths are being drawn to two different circles. And similarly, I can say that from the point N, tangents NS and NT of same lengths are being drawn to two different circles. Right? Now at this stage, we apply the main concept of the question. And what is that? Both points M and N will lie on the radical axis of the circles C1 and C2. Or I can also say that line MN is nothing but the radical axis of the circles C1 and C2. Why? Because we know that radical axis is the locus of a point from where tangents of same length can be drawn to two different circles. Fine. Now students, from here we conclude that MN is the radical axis of circles C1 and C2. And we know that the equation of the radical axis is given by S1 minus S2 equal to 0. Where S1 is equal to 0 is the equation of one circle and S2 equal to 0 is the equation of another circle. And here S1 is x square plus y square minus 1 equal to 0 and S2 refers to x minus 4 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square minus r square equal to 0. Now just subtract the equations of these two circles, so you will get the equation of Mn. Now it becomes minus 8x minus 2y plus 18 minus r square equal to 0. Or I can say 8x plus 2y plus r square minus 18 equal to 0. Now students, the point B lies on radical axis Mn. So obviously the coordinates of the point B will satisfy this equation. So just put x as 2 and y as 0 in this equation. You will get 16 plus r square minus 18 equal to 0. Or from here we get the value of r square as 2. So this is the answer of the question. Now students, next question I will be posting in tomorrow's video. Till then, goodbye. Keep watching my videos and enhance your knowledge of mathematics. Thanks.